Alright guys, so the first step you're going to want to do is you're going to want to remove the clear plastic. Now I've also made a step-by-step photo layout that'll teach you how to do this too, and I actually started where the shield was completely disconnected from the helmet. So if your shield arrives and it's already connected, you don't have to do that. I wouldn't recommend actually removing it to actually take this plastic off. I would actually grab a razor blade and do it that way. Just drag the razor blade right along the edge of the top of the helmet right there, and that'll get the shield from the little pieces. So you don't want to pull on it before you cut it, because it'll break and it'll leave little plastic tabs stuck in there, and if you're OCD like me, it'll drive you crazy. So just gently grab your razor blade and drag it across there until you get a nice clean line, and then just peel it off gently. And then now the next thing you want to do is you're going to want to either twist these tabs down to make sure that way you can pop it off. Those are your locking tabs. Those lock the actual shield to the helmet itself. And then go ahead, you just turn those sideways, make sure it pops off. Gently put your hand there by the rivets and hold a little pressure there as you're pulling that off, so you don't bend those little plastic rivets. And then it'll just easily pop right off there. Okay, once you guys have it popped off, I'm going to set everything up and I'm going to do the clear one. So these are the little knobs. They actually lock in your shield. If they come off, you just slide them right back in there. You want to put those on before you go to reconnect the shield, both sides. And then make sure that they're pointing towards the inside of the face mask. That way, when you put the actual connecting strap on, it slides on easily. You can see right here, just kind of showing you guys the tabs. And this is what I mean. So you want to start in the center. So you always want to lay the helmet on its back. And then you want to put the center one in first. Little pressure on there. And then you want to put the left side in next. Then the right side. And this is where I'm saying make sure your tabs are facing down. That way they slide right in there. They're kind of tricky, but once you do it one time, you'll get them on there. You just might have to bend the plastic a little bit to get them to fit on there correctly. And then now you're going to want to deburr the holes. So our suppliers are making so many of these. The quality is not as, they're not going through every little step and deburring every little hole to make sure everything's actually perfect, because they're producing so many of these right now because they're in such high demand. So in order to get these out faster, we had to just and say we'd accept these with this issue. So some of them have these little burrs. You just got to clean it out with a pair of scissors to make sure the bolt can fit through there perfectly. You don't have a knife, scissors, any type of sharp metal object, just twist it sideways. Just be gentle with it. You don't need to do much. It's just, the bolt pretty much always almost fits. You just need to clean it up a little bit. And then you're going to want to do the knobs one side at a time. I like to start with the left side, put the left side in first, and then I'll go to the right side. And you'll see here that you always want to make sure the headband's facing the inside. So there we are. We're going to do the left side first. Make sure that bolt's clean, good off. And see that little knob right there? That's what actually locks into the side of the helmet there at the top. And then you also have another knob on there, which is your adjustment knob, where it stops it from raising and lowering. It has two positions, either lowered or all the way raised. And you want to make sure that you have that set right. And I never get it right the first time. I'll actually tighten these up on both sides. And then I'll go to raise it and go, okay, I didn't put it in the right position. I need to loosen it back up and then make another adjustment. See how it goes up and down like that? That's actually what allows it to stay elevated and what allows it to stay closed, or stay down, I guess. So you just undo. I always do one side at a time, and you make sure you want to leave that plastic washer has to stay on the inside there, because that's going to lock into that hole there. Slide it in, lock it in, and then tighten it. And you want to make sure that you're not cross-threading that, because if you start screwing that on sideways and you strip out that bolt or you strip out the threads, you're not going to be able to tighten that correctly. So once you just get it kind of snug, and then what you're going to do is you're going to make sure you can raise and lower that helmet, right? See how it's not raising for me? Because it's hitting that knob. I didn't have it adjusted right. So there's a little tab on the inside there. You just loosen it up. Yep, do you see it click there? It kind of popped over that little jump, or that little tab. That's how you want to make sure you have it. And that'll allow you to raise and lower the shield. And then same thing with the other side, just make sure that one's correctly. And then when you go to raise and lower it, it'll actually stay up above your head. And then there's another strap here. It's like the actual strap that sits on top of your head, like when you're putting the helmet down, how far down it'll come. You want to make sure that strap's tight enough so that when you raise the shield, it doesn't kind of clip it on its way up. And that'll allow you to, put the shield fully above your head and then also fully lower it, and it should stay in the perfect position. Thank you guys, and I just want to especially thank all the first responders, the men and women on the front lines, fighting this epidemic. It's truly amazing, what you guys are willing to do and the sacrifices you're making to keep us safe. So I just wanted to personally thank you guys for your services. And if you guys need anything, you can contact me directly anytime. My phone number is 517-672-0183. We are working on importing as many of these products as humanly possible, and they're selling out as fast as we can get them in. We are also reaching out to hospitals, doctors' offices, medical facilities. If you know anybody that needs supplies, we have about a 14 to 30 day lead time on bulk orders, but we are more than happy to import as many supplies as humanly possible and get them to any hospitals that are willing to purchase them from us. And we're also offering products for hospitals and at our pretty much exact cost. So hope you guys enjoy, and thank you guys so much for everything you're doing.